My name is Stijn, PhD student at Sanquin. And today I'll give you a sneak preview into the wonderful world of proteomics.
Lots of pipetting, moving lights, and lots of data analysis.
So first we need our proteins, which we can get out of samples like blood, tissues or cells that we have grown here in the lab. Sadly, we cannot measure our proteins directly into the MS, which means we have to cut them up into smaller pieces that we call peptides. So all these peptides actually have a unique mass, which means that we just now need a machine that can measure these tiny mass differences and do so thousands of times every second. Enter the mass spectrometer. Right now, thousands of peptides are flying through this machine and their mass is being measured every millisecond. And here at Sanquin we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 of these machines. They run 24/7, so you can imagine how many peptides we have actually measured during the shooting of this video. So now that we have our measurements, we get to the data analysis. And the first step is to get from peptide masses to the proteins. Now there's many softwares available for this, but they all first determine which mass belongs to which peptide, and then it looks at which proteins do these peptides come from. And as such, we can look back at which proteins were originally in the sample. So why is it important to measure all these proteins? What can we actually do with them? Well, for example, if we measure all proteins in the blood of a patient with a bleeding disorder, and we see that one protein is very high, we can actually use that protein to help in the diagnosis of this bleeding disorder. And although we have these fancy machines that detect thousands of peptides every second, we have this software that does the quantification of proteins, like the biological interpretation still comes down to me and my colleagues here at the Proteomics group. So better get back to work then. So there you have it, a tiny sneak preview into the wonderful world of proteomics. I hope you have learned something, or at the very least enjoyed a tiny bit of it. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and have a wonderful day.